Gates Adams here on behalf of Apex Trader Funding, and I'm here with Kwame today. Kwame, how's it going?
Hey, how you doing?
Excellent, man. Excellent. I appreciate you taking a little time with me today, right before the end of the year, as we get ready for 2024. Obviously, we have you on here for a reason as a paid trader through Apex Trader Funding. So first and foremost, congratulations on that.
Thank you, thank you.
You're very welcome.
Appreciate that.
So is this the first payout, or have we gotten a few before we got a chance to speak?
It's the first payout.
Okay,
The first payout.
awesome. How does it feel?
Oh man, it feels amazing. It's like it just felt so good because that's what you work for, and to finally get a payment, it's the best feeling.
Yeah.
All the time and dedication. Yeah.
So what has so let's take a step back. When did you actually start trading? How long have you been at the
I mean,
process?
great question. I've been trading for about 3 years now.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
How did that journey start for you?
It was great before the Ukraine war
Hmm.
and everything just started plummeting and interest rates started going up. I first started doing options. And then when a lot of companies did splits, I wasn't making as much money as I was, and it wasn't consistent.
Sure.
So I was then looking for something that was more consistent and not as much, I don't want to say effort, because trading is effort,
Sure.
but just more consistent with what I know what to expect.
Gotcha. So you started. How did you end up getting into options in the first place?
I had a friend that did options and he was telling me about it, and I was like, okay, you make some pretty good money here. And I was like, okay, I didn't know too much about stocks, but I started doing my research and studying and, going on YouTube, there's a lot of tutorials and things you can learn. And I just fell in love with it.
Yeah. Gotcha. So what was your first initial thought? Did you come from some sort of a background in any sort of finance, or was this just completely foreign to you?
Great question. I was actually doing logistics for the Navy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I was always been doing contracts and logistics and handling large sums of money, like $1 million contracts.
Hmm.
And that so forth just taught me about how risk management and
Hmm.
just how to really time different things when it comes to the finance markets and that nature. Yeah.
So there was some background and some fundamental
Oh yeah,
understanding that was a good foundation for you. So
definitely.
you got into options. You had some hiccups. It obviously didn't continue the route that it did. How did you end up in futures?
We actually funny, good, great question. We had some friends that were doing futures,
Hmm.
and they said, "Hey, Kwame, there's a company called Apex." And I was like, "Oh, Apex." At that point, I didn't know anything about prop firms.
Hmm.
I didn't know what they were, and
Sure.
it was like, "Well, this company called Apex and futures. It's a little bit different than options, but it's not as technical as options, and you kind of get the same money when you go down and up." I was like, "Wait a second, it doesn't change if it goes down and back up. You still get the same money." I said, "I'm all in."
Right. That is awesome. Okay, so this begs the question. You didn't know about prop firms. You didn't really understand necessarily how that functioned. What was your first thought when your buddy told you that, well, somebody else would fund your trading?
I loved it because I was in a position losing my money.
Hmm.
And I said, there has to be a different way. Because I just saw a whole bunch of other traders just like, where are they getting the capital?
Right.
And the key thing, and a lot of people don't understand, you have to have some type of capital. You can start off small, but if you really want to dissect and be able to practice, you have simulations, but it's not the same when you start using your own money.
Sure.
And it's just so nice to use somebody else's capital to
Hmm.
take you to the next step.
It's kind of a nice bridge between sim and paid trading, and
Yeah,
that psychologically speaking, there seems to be a little bit less pressure and tension, obviously, than if you say
absolutely.
got 10 grand on the line. Because, well, let's face it, you can get a lot of evaluations with 10 grand.
Right, right.
Gotcha. So okay, cool. Well. So how long ago did you start trading with Apex?
It's been about 12 months now.
Okay.
12 months, yeah.
Was this time basically that learning curve moving from
Yes,
options to futures?
absolutely.
Gotcha.
Absolutely. It was the learning curve, definitely, most definitely.
What was the biggest challenge for you in the distinction between options and futures?
The biggest challenge I would say is learning to take profit and not going back in.
Okay.
Because with futures, you could close out anytime.
Hmm.
With options, you got to kind of wait till it sells off, or when your order is filled. But with futures, you could just close it at any time, and you in the back of your mind, you're thinking like, yeah, I'm going to let it go up some more, and then it just drops on you.
Right.
So I think that was my biggest learning curve, just knowing how to do my risk management with futures.
How much of your option strategy were you able to pull over into the futures market?
Oh, a lot. Oh my God. A lot. Price action, just learning my highs and lows, using the volatility in the mornings, not jumping in trades at 9:30 and just waiting until the market sells. It really helped me a lot progress into futures.
Gotcha. So let's say you're talking to somebody who's just brand new, moving into the space of being a funded trader. What's the biggest piece of advice you can give somebody just starting out down this road?
Great question. I would say the biggest advice, don't try to make all the money in one day. It's okay because you can make the money the next day.
Right.
A lot of people don't understand $200 goes a long way. And some days you're going to get $1,000 trades, but I just say take profit. Once you get funded, you don't have to make all the money in one day.
Gotcha.
Stretch it out.
Perfect. Well, now that we've got you funded, we've got you paid, you're moving into the new year. What's the big goal moving into 2024?
To keep getting paid.
Excellent.
Keep getting paid and trying bigger evals.
Okay.
I test myself to keep challenging.
Sure.
And be more consistent. I think that's the biggest thing I want to be. I want to be more consistent so I can get more payouts.
Awesome.
I think that's important. Yeah.
Well, keep at it, man. Well, congratulations on this first one. I
you.
expect wonderful things from you. One of the things that I like to do is connect with guys after, a couple of months, a few more payouts, and just kind of see what that road has looked like from that first one to developing some consistency. How do you up for catching back up here in a little bit?
Hey, I'm all for it, man. I'm all for it.
Awesome. Well, keep doing what you're doing. Clearly it's working, man. I'm excited to see what happens for you in the new year.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
I appreciate you taking some time with me today. We'll talk to you soon.
All